Hey you! Today we're going to be looking at the Captain America Figuarts, and I'm quite surprised that Captain America is in a box this big. I generally would have thought he would have come with lots, considering the rest of the Captain Americas have come with a lot more. So let's have a look at what we get. We got a lovely picture of Captain America, an OK figure on the inside. It says Captain America along the side. On one point, it's just him punching. On the back, normal, like standard poses. Captain America there. Top just says Captain America, and bottom there. So let's have a look at this bad boy and have a look inside. So first of all, just by trying to take this out, I have noticed that Captain just fell apart quite easily. Should I say? So I'm gonna put them back together, but I don't like that. So you can just see in the middle as it's just stuff. I'm not really happy with the fact of how much the figure is. The fact is that that came apart really quickly just by taking a piece of plastic. So the main things that you get with this figure is basically Captain America. You get a spear, which wasn't really, like, he caught apparently, and you get an assortment of hands. So I'm very quite surprised with the amount, how much you pay for these figures. That looking like that is a lot harder to kind of get him back into proper space, but it just doesn't look like Chris. So yeah, let's have a look properly. So here is Captain America. For what you get, not happy, but we have his head here, and it's got the kind of bronze tints to it, which I didn't really think he had in the film. Even on his beard, it's really kind of off-putting. I really like the top part of the body here. I think that looks really cool, and the straps, like the way that they've made this looks really cool, and the way that it kind of like catches in the light is absolutely fantastic. I really like this outfit of his compared to all his other ones. As we come down to this part, I really like the fact that it's kind of out there. It actually, when you run your finger across, it actually feels like quite different. And also the kind of like, I don't know if that's meant to be a painting spot or if it's meant to kind of be a rusty type thing, but it looks okay. The belt, obviously, as you saw at the very beginning of the video, comes out. And I really like the fact that he has like kind of pouches. So it kind of reminds me of Batman. The joints here to his elbows look kind of okay, and his kind of glove gauntlet type thing looks fine too. But yeah, it's not too bad. Like if you look on the side of the glove, I really like the kind of, let's see there, like this. I think it's really cool. The skin color works like fine. It's like, it looks like it's a different look here to his actual face. When we see, like, if you look at the gauntlet, I think in the camera at least I can see that there's loads of texture just around there. So actually they've put quite a bit of time into this figure. As we come down, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but with the light, I really like the kind of way that his boots are. They're kind of very like the brown. The fact is that they look like leather, even though it's plastic, it is pretty much, it looks like leather. When you see his like kind of knee pads, I'm guessing when we do the stress test, these are going to probably pop out, but they kind of work with the actual figure itself. When we look at certain ways like here, you can see it better on the camera. I really like the ruffles, that they look kind of fine. Same thing as you can see here. So when coming to the back of the figure, you can see there's more kind of like work on, like they've done on the boots. They've not left it plastic. Again, they've got the same sort of basic joints that they have in every single figure that they do. When it comes to that, they've not updated it or they've not changed it. When we come to the back of the figure, it looks fine. I really wish they included the shield in this. I don't know why they didn't, but it looks like the shield could go on the back. We can see that the straps are all attached. It actually really stands out. This is like, when you see the back of the figure, this is the one thing that stands out the most. Maybe due to the fact that of its color, or the fact is that it just looks really cool, to be fair. We can see that obviously with the lines going down his back, like obviously they look like padding or bits of armor, that it actually runs in here as well. And just here we've got the elbow joints as well, which look kind of fine. If we move like the figure that way, we can see along the arm that this is kind of like a soft material. Then you've also got here like more lines to where the actual costume is. So I generally like the look of this costume. When it comes to the back of the head, this to me, I don't like the color. I really don't. It feels like they've just applied it all over, and I don't think in the film that he has a lot of like this color in his hair. I would have them rather of put this as one full color with kind of strands, but it just feels like it looks like a toffee sweet that's just been melted in the sun, and I don't like that. I think that this is really bad for the figure. As you know, with all figures, we do kind of a stress test, and we see that if it works really well. Now this joint is really kind of loose. This one kind of is, but it just feels a lot stiffer. We've got the leg bends like that. So obviously when you see the joint happening, you see that there. It looks fine. Leg moves around, so it stretches out. Now, I know that this comes apart quite easily, but obviously when you do that, moves up and down, moves around. And again, that's very disappointing. Same thing as like you turn the arm around once, so it can go around, and then head moves like so. Yeah, kind of disappointing, to be fair. I don't know why they gave him a spear. I really don't. It just feels like this isn't a Captain America, and I don't know why. It feels like they've bodged the job up, and it's just a very simple, we'll give him something that he catches, which he doesn't really use in the film that I remember. You kind of think they would have had the Wakandan shield, but this just feels very kind of tacky, like it's not part of it. So if they release the bad guys, then I kind of think that they should just release that one with a Wakandan shield instead, so you can add it to Captain America. But it just feels kind of like boring and meh to it. So there we go, Rangers. That is Captain America from Infinity War. I have got to say, of every single figure that I have possibly reviewed up to now, this is the most boring figure, just because of the sheer him breaking apart from trying to take out a plastic insert to the point where his body doesn't kind of really go very well. It's hard to adjust to get it back in alignment, to the point where he comes with something that he doesn't wear, it doesn't have normally. It doesn't come with a shield, which you think it would do. It doesn't come with any other faces. And I feel this range is just, if you are collecting for the sake of Infinity War, collect it. But if you're collecting as a new buyer, just skip this. I'm really disappointed, because I generally thought that this would be an interesting character, an interesting figure to kind of pose. But the amount of less hands, the spear, just the lack of kind of detail in this really annoys me, because you're spending so much money to actually get a product, and yet it comes in a small box that you didn't really see it. It comes with a small box. It doesn't come with any life. It doesn't come like, even when you give him the spear, it doesn't give him any more life. It just feels like this was just a very rushed job. And I'm hoping that if this isn't part of the line completely, because if this is, after the Infinity War, I may stop collecting the Figuarts. This, just to me, was just not worth the money. I think I paid £30-40 for him. He should have been 15 to 25. That's what I kind of think. I'm just really saddened. If this is how the line's going to continue, I can see a lot of fans either leaving or not wanting to continue the range, which to me, it's a shame, because there's so many cool things coming out that you get, like so detailed figures like the Star Wars like samurai range, the Marvel samurai range. That sort of stuff looks absolutely fantastic. But when you get this figure, this just to me feels like they had no time in it, nothing. Even the colour on his hair, everything just seems off, and I'm really kind of disappointed. In fact, I don't want to make an intro to this, so this is just going to be just the review for it. So Rangers, what are your thoughts? Do you think that I'm right? Do you think that I'm wrong? Do you think that this figure is worth the money? Do you love Captain America? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you've liked this video, like, favourite, comment, and consider subscribing. Check out all the other videos on the channel if you'd like, and also if you want to help out the channel on Patreon, link is going to be in the description down below. And as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.